happened today at the Presidential Election Tribunal, where the chairman of the Presidential Election Petition Court, Justice Aruna Shimani, has dismissed the application by the PDP and Labour Party for live coverage of court proceedings. The court today unanimously says that the application lacks merit. It was a unanimous decision by the panel which held that the order sought by the petitioner is outside the scope of the petition. It says that the televised signal proceeding is not provided for in any of our laws. The court is, according to the chairman, says it's created by the Constitution and operates under the law by the Court of Appeal. The court, according to the chairman of the panel, says that the court was created to hear and determine the petitions before it and cannot act as an avant-garde. He says it's going to be an undue pressure of allowing cameras into the courtroom and should be avoided, as the impact it will have on witnesses cannot be predicted. The court is said to have also been created to find out the truth and should be allowed to do so. The court, however, held that the request was a novel and not supported with any law in the country for now. But some of the lawyers to the PDP and the Labour Party have been reacting to these immediately after the proceedings of today.
Back here, the court in its wisdom decided that the subject of our application, i.e. the live streaming and open telecast, is not in any way connected with the merits of our petition. The petition is separate, it's ongoing. The application did not succeed to have the televised version of the proceedings relayed to the entire world. And as far as we are concerned, we are now set for hearing. Tomorrow we'll be here by God's grace for pre-hearing reports that will determine the progress of the petition and the time the petition will be heard and concluded. The issue of consolidation is one that is compelled by statute, and we have no objection to it. We are prepared to proceed.
Well, they've given their reasons. The court says it's a policy matter. We are not part of the policy-making apparatus of the court, or any court for that matter. We are a council, and our duty is to bring whatever requests we have to the court. If they agree, we say as the court pleases. If they disagree, we still say as the court pleases. So that's the position. They have disagreed, and we are moving on.
Those are the positions of some of the lawyers. One was Eyita Ojagada, and the other lawyer, which is representing the PDP, and the other lawyer represented the Labour Party. But what are the implications of the position of the appeal court, or the Presidential Election Tribunal court, on this matter? Now that they said you cannot televise, what does it mean? What are the implications for those who are asking for this, who will say, look, this will just enable fairness, transparency in the process of delivering justice in relation to the petition against the victory of Bola Tinubu as the president-elect of that 2023 presidential election. What does the law says about the public nature of our court proceedings in Nigeria, if the position of the tribunal is that there are no laws that mandates the court to be able to allow for these? What are the implications? Let's get some perspectives now, everyone. I'm being joined by a very senior lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Kaude Adeluola. He joins us from Ikoyi area of Lagos. It's good to see you, Lionel Sik, and thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight. Give us an understanding and perhaps shed some light on what this position of the Presidential Election Tribunal Court means. When it struck out, it was a unanimous decision of the 5 panelists on that court today. What does that decision or stance of the court means generally?
Well, thanks for having me again today. have said, if you remember, when they interviewed at the end of the hearing, they said, well, the court has taken a stand, and their own attitude is just in this constitution. Now, what has happened is, the court has simply said, we will remain the way we have always been. They're not going to take a step forward to have cameras coming to the court. Ordinarily, a hearing of the court, of the trial, should be done in public. Now, public does not necessarily mean having everybody come to the presence of justice or sit in our phones and have a reality show. It simply means that there should be courtrooms accessible to members of the public. That's why the architecture of the court allows you to have a stand of the witness, the bench of the justices, and the judge, and also for the members of the public, as well as space for servants. So to that extent, it is open. I have, on one occasion here on the channel, expressed the thing that maybe if the child is very should be terrified. So that was an expression of sentiment, because I guess that a lot of Nigerians want to see what is going on, but that's not the law. So let us talk about the law. The law provides that cases hearing should be done in public where people can access. The Court of Appeal has an act to set it up. It allows and it empowers the president of the Court of Appeal to issue practice directions if there are reasons for that. And that is the second piece of that Court of Appeal. If the Court of Appeal acts, it can have practice directions issued by the president of the Court of Appeal. I think the practice directions the chairman of the Court of Appeal for other needs to take it order of the direction, saying, well, we can have cameras coming to the court. So I think that from the sanctity of the hearing, report of emotions, the voice of people doing things that could actually truncate the justice of the matter, I think we should keep the cameras out of the court. I tell you why I say, as for people truncating the matter, we are in an era where we have artificial intelligence. Can you imagine people who may come into the court with cameras, taking pictures of what's going on with their statements, evidence, and what have you. And then the following one is finding on social media is process. It's to prove a matter of scale. Let us have a hearing done properly before the court. Let us have the witnesses also give evidence without being coerced and without being without taking any harm to them. And let us have certain afterwards. The substitutes have shown us that when we hear the sentence, we don't allow lawyers to come up with technicalities, and then the matter is fully heard, just as people. I need to ask them.
Yeah.
These messages are not new right now. They are identified only by letters and the reason for that. Ordinarily, in civil proceedings, you find the name of the witness, the statement of what is made. In this situation, you do not have that step. And the reason. Witnesses should be protected. In a certain right, for example, in this election, which is not passed. Imagine inviting a witness with cameras in front of him, there's a good chance that he might return. He might say things that are not true in the full glare of the cameras, believing that if he does, something that will happen to him after the hearing. But that could be something some other people say, it doesn't really matter. But that's something the figure that I'm talking about. Witnesses must be protected. And let us not forget, even in normal situations, a judge hearing a matter can actually clear his fault and say for the sensitivity of the evidence given, for the security of the individual giving the good evidence, I need to clear his fault. Everybody who got counsel in the matter or got the litigant is still used. If everybody that situation,
let me jump in quickly. I know that a lot of lawyers will make a reference to Section 36 sub 3 of the Nigerian Constitution that gives the life to the premise upon which everybody's look. The Constitution has, allowed for a public hearing of the court proceedings in Nigeria, except when the Constitution says otherwise. And for those who believe and think that the sensitivity of this matter and the thinking of a lot of Nigerians who believe that most of the things that is being said in the court should be put into a wider viewing of many Nigerians, based on the fact that there are those who believe that there needs to be a more transparent process in the delivery of justice, since the court is for the society. And our viewers also need to understand that the court also abide by the rules guiding them, apart from our body of laws. The rules guide each of the courts in Nigeria. But when the court says there are no laws mandating the court to televise, what about Section 36? Is it because it wasn't specific about being cameras coming, or what exactly? Give us a sense of what that means.
Said earlier, the court should be accessible to members of the public. It does not necessarily mean that the court should be taken to our respective courts. In the line, you could find a situation where the law allows us to say cameras should come into the court. They're not foreign television cameras, so there's no television cameras. But the law does not say you must bring cameras, or you should allow cameras to come into the court. So the justices have been very careful in handling the ICC, and they have simply said, look, there will be an account of the day-to-day proceedings. Everybody who has access to the newspaper, to the news reporter, will have an update of what has gone on at every hearing. That in our opinion is start to subside, to subside. And to subside for everyone.
Senior Advocate, there seems to be some, maybe you touched something and your audio had since been disrupted. We may not be able to, we cannot hear you clearly as we were hearing you earlier. But if you can make some adjustment, just as we were speaking earlier and the way things were going earlier, maybe we can hear you. Could you say something so that we know that you're still with us? Fundamentally is wrong with your audio there. We can hear you. It's not very clear. But, let's look at it and perhaps give us your own position of the public perception of this matter, because a lot of people have thought that if there was cameras there, do you think that the court today perhaps lost that public acceptance in the light of what the ruling he gave? Do you think anything whatsoever had been lost in the ruling of today?
Are you hearing? Are you hearing?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Right. I do not think anything has been lost per se, but I think something has been just like. And what we want to realize that we have a body of laws that is dynamic. What I mean by that is, we are citizens of learn to approach those who make laws for us, whether at the federal level or the state level. What it means is we should speak to our senators who come in now and tell them there is a need for you gentlemen to ensure that there is a specific legislation to allow courts to partners come in during certain circumstances. It took the time possibly before. Now, I'll give you an example. If the court is saying,
all right, we seem to have lost audio with the Lionel sick there. So trying to give us perspectives on the implication of the ruling of courts today, that the courts today dismissed the application of the PDP and Labour Party asking for a live telecast of the proceedings. Mr. Kayode Adeluola is a senior advocate of Nigeria and is speaking with us from Ikoyi area of Lagos. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.